Welcome to another edition of Real Family Talk. Hello. Welcome to Real Family Talk. We're back, y'all. We weren't on last night at 9 p.m. We're moving now to our new time slot, 9 p.m. on Wednesday. So for those that have heard us before, welcome back to the show. For those that are not familiar with Real Family Talk, Wednesday nights, 9 p.m., this is our new time slot, so you will get an opportunity to get familiar with the crew and what we do. Just to kind of give you a brief synopsis of Real Family Talk, what we do on this show is we discuss topics. We discuss what's happening in America today, from politics, in the news. We talk about relationships. We kind of give you a little bit of everything when we talk to you, just to kind of mix it up a little bit. But the main goal is to start those conversations that we typically don't get to have when we're watching TV and we're watching the news. A lot of times we'll find ourselves yelling at the news, man, I can't believe you said that, can't believe you said this. But this is an opportunity to talk about those same topics with people just like you, because that's all we are, man. We just regular people. We got jobs like y'all got jobs, but we like to have some combos now on Wednesday nights as opposed to Tuesday. So we'll be here ready to talk with y'all, and I hope y'all are ready to talk with us. The number, of course, is 407-894-1680 is the number. 407-894-1680 is the number to join these conversations. Again, the show is called, for those that do not know, Real Family Talk. Let me welcome the family tonight. I got Mr. King is in the building. How you doing, Mr. King?
All right. I'm ready for this new Wednesday adventure.
Yes. I am too, brother. I am too. Jeremy's also in the building. How you doing, Jeremy?
I'm good. Blessed as always.
That's awesome, brother. That's awesome, man. We're gonna tonight's conversation. I got a young lady calling in. There was a rally down up in Tallahassee on Monday, led by Al Sharpton, and she's gonna give me a call, and we'll talk about what happened at the rally, what was discussed at the rally, what is he rallying people about in Tallahassee now. If I'm not mistaken, I believe one of the main topics was stand your ground. But I will give her an opportunity to tell me about that in a few moments. We'll also talk about men tonight as well. We're going to discuss the problems with why men don't commit to relationships. And I'm glad I got Mr. King in the building, because I believe he is an expert at this topic.
I actually am a relationship specialist. I'm not an expert because I'm single or something like that. I'm just a relationship specialist.
See, that's what makes you an expert, sir, because you are still single.
Oh, because I ain't married? Well, yeah, I guess I'm not the one that's not married. I guess that's the case.
Everybody got to specialize in something.
The one that does not commit. But we'll get to that too tonight. Is that Mr. King's looking at me like, well, I didn't say that.
Yeah, you sound like a woman. I'll ignore that. That's why I just he sound like a straight woman.
We'll find out, brother. We'll find out. So we'll get to talking about that, and I'll introduce a couple other little news nuggets that I saw, a couple things that blew my mind when I heard about them, and we'll talk about that and bring that up as well as the night moves through. Real quick, you guys see Darrell Weavers got released by the Bucks today. You think that makes the Bucks that much worse now, or are they going to be better without Darrell Weavers? What do you think?
I think it's yet to be seen. Like they were saying, the defense that Lovie Smith runs, you don't need a shutdown corner, because he runs, if you're familiar with something similar to what they call the Tampa 2, which is basically a variation of a cover 2 defense, and they play a lot of zone, so you don't have a lot of man-to-man coverage. So with that being said, you don't need to pay that much money for a corner if he's not going to be matched up one-on-one a lot.
Yeah, I saw that too. A lot of the commentary was, well, you had both sides. A lot of fans say, why are you giving up one of the best corners in the league, is what a lot of the fans say. But a lot of the experts that break down football, they say it's actually a good move because he's not going to be required to do what he was required to do before. So, and like you said, you can get a corner. I think they were costing him $16 million is what he was going to cost against the cap this year.
Yeah.
So for what Lovey's doing, you could get a corner for a lot less, and still have maybe not the talent of Darrelle Revis, but have that ability to be very effective in the defense that they run, because that defense is apparently built off of those front four. So as long as the front four are doing what they need to do, the corners can supplement and be all right and not necessarily be the greatest corner in the league, if you will. But I just saw a few minutes ago, he's actually already signed with the Patriots, a one-year deal. So the Patriots got themselves a new cornerback.
Wow.
That's because they got rid of their old cornerback, and he went to the Broncos.
Yeah, I think he went to Denver.
Yeah, and he's better than Darrelle. So
I wouldn't say that.
Well, we'll see.
At the age, I mean, Darrelle is how old, and how old is he?
I know, but you still just man for man, who do I need?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'd be interested in see how he survives. I mean, everybody seems to survive in his system up there and sort of fall into the team effort. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. But, I was a lot of talk down that way about Darrelle Revis and his leaving and what that means for the team and so forth. So we'll see how it goes, man. I'm just excited. Free agency is here. People are talking football again. That's what makes me excited. So anytime that's going on, I'm in a good place.
Them Steelers?
The Steelers, they don't never make big splashes really in free agency. But so there's no big splashes on the Steelers front yet. But we'll see, brother, because, they're always looking. They're like the Patriots. They're looking for that bargain. They're not looking to pay the dude the top dollar salary in the league. That's not what we do in Steeler Nation, sir. But I'll keep it moving. My guest is on the line. How you doing tonight, Temia?
Wonderful. I am blessed.
Awesome. That is awesome. That's awesome. So Temia, for those that don't know, Temia runs, I'll let her tell it. It's one of the greatest online magazines, I'm going to call it, that exists today. What's the name of that magazine, Temia?
It is a national digital magazine, and the name of it is Rejoice Magazine.
Rejoice Magazine, yes. I was fortunate enough to be featured in the first edition this year. I'm sure the second edition is probably on its way. Is that right?
Yes, we are a little behind because I had to get that excellent scoop at the rally in Tallahassee, so that's what I was waiting for. I got my scoop, so it'll be out probably in the next day or so.
All right, I'll be looking forward to that. So the rally, that's why she called me tonight. She was at the rally on Monday. So what was the rally on Monday about, Temia?
Oh, it was, well, first of all, it was one of the most fascinating experiences I ever had, besides the Trayvon Martin rally. But this rally really was significant because a group of people came together to rally against the Florida Stand Your Ground law.
Okay.
And it was a lot of support from legislators. I saw Senator Geraldine Thompson there.
Oh, okay.
State Representative Alan Williams, Congresswoman Corrine Brown, Attorney Benjamin Crump, State Senator Chris Smith. Saw a lot of Florida legislators there, so I was pleased to see that. Hopefully that we can have some movement on the floor as well.
Okay. And what was the discussions about?
Well, they were talking about, again, repeal or amending Stand Your Ground. But what I found was interesting is when Reverend Jamal Bryant took the mic, and he came out of left field, Jimmy. He came out of left field, and he presented a plan. He was like Tropicana and Disney. They are one of the two largest Florida companies.
Okay.
And he gave out their telephone number, and he was like, you guys need to call them and tell them to support repeal Stand Your Ground. So I am watching. I'm going to see how that goes. I don't think the companies were too happy about it. I think they would have liked to have an opportunity to weigh in on that conversation prior to him putting it out there.
I'm sure.
But I will see how this is going to pan out. It's going to be interesting. And then I noticed after he spoke, Sharpton didn't say anything in regards to that. So I'm not sure if he advocates it or not. But I'm going to be watching.
Okay. All right. A lot of people at the rally?
Oh, yeah. It was hundreds of people out there. In fact, Congresswoman Corrine Brown, she did get on our case. You know how we are. We like to protest and rally. But what are we going to do after that? So she mentioned the fact that the prior, I'm not going to say the organization's name, but the prior rally that happened the week before, they came out and had a rally, but it was a committee meeting. You know how the legislators have their committee meetings,
Mm-hmm.
and no one was in attendance. So she kind of got on our cases about that, and lo and behold, later that evening, State Senator Chris Smith, he invited the parents of Trayvon Martin and Jordan Davis to give their testimony at their committee meeting, and it was packed. The committee room was packed. In fact, they had to open up 2 other rooms for us to watch on closed-circuit TV.
Okay.
So the participation is, I think we're going to see more of that, more participation, more people showing up to committee meetings and getting involved in the process, thanks to Congresswoman Corrine Brown.
Okay. All right. So she seems to be, at least at the moment, leading that charge, huh?
I mean, it just took one word. All she did was call us out, and we just like, okay. And we showed up.
Okay. Now, I saw your post, some of your posts on Facebook. You were telling me there's some things that you heard there that were new to you and that you learned. What were some of those things?
Right. Now, at the Criminal Justice Committee meeting, like I said, State Senator Chris Smith invited the parents of Trayvon Martin and Jordan Davis to testify on, concerning stand your ground law. However, that particular law wasn't on the agenda item. So, out of respect, they let them testify on that, but they closed the session regarding stand your ground after that. No one else was allowed to speak. They went on to business as normal. So what was on the agenda after that was a gun bill, and they were actually debating whether they were going to allow more guns. In fact, the NRA is advocating more guns in our schools. And not only that they have more guns, but they didn't even, I guess it's just an economic issue, but they're not even advocating trained law enforcement for these guns. They're saying, well, they don't necessarily have to be law enforcement. They can be retirees or they can be citizens that just go through a training program.
Okay.
So, I was like $9, $10, $12, $13 hot.
So the idea would be that they attend like a training class, and then after this training class, they'd be allowed to carry guns in school?
Yes.
And this could be what, anybody, administrators, teachers?
Right. Protecting our kids. Like, no, not law enforcement, trained law enforcement, no. They want to, go at a lower price and get them trained, 2-week program or whatever. And I'm like, no, this is not right.
Right.
But I was with one of the guys from our local chapter here, so he was so hot that actually filled out a form, and he got to speak before the committee. And I was too hot; I couldn't do it. And he actually got reprimanded. I forgot the guy's name, but one of the senators had said, when you speak for us, you need to not specifically call us out by name. And
there's always a respect factor to that.
Like, really?
Yeah, you always gotta show respect. That's one of the big things. We see it all the time with the president and how people treat the president, and then vice versa too. They say he called people out too sometimes, but yeah, you can talk about me, but don't call my name personally. That's a problem. You have to talk about me just like that.
Well,
but,
he didn't call him out of his name, so I think
as long as he didn't call him bad names, what's the problem, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Any other new things you learned?
That is pretty much it. I'm going to be writing up my blog and putting it out there and about the event. But one more thing is that as far as standing your ground, I understand the effort, and I was there too, not just to report, though, because I actually believe in the cause. I do think it's a problem with the stand your ground laws. It does benefit some, but then on the other hand, it doesn't benefit others. So it needs to be across the board the same set of rules. So I do have a problem with that. However, looking at a legislative body, there's more Republicans than Democrats. And also when you take into fact that the NRA is supporting and pushing a lot of the agenda in the House and the Senate, I don't think any significant changes will be done to stand your ground law.
Okay. So a lot of talking on our part, but at the end of the day, we don't have the votes or I guess the money to really support an agenda that's going to really cause change.
Yeah, it really is the money, because it seems like in the state of Florida, it may be the same way everywhere else too, but it's the money that drives the vote.
Money talks.
Yeah,
Money talks. Ask Rick Scott. He know. He bought his election the last time, so he know all about how money works. But all right, Temia, we appreciate you. I appreciate you calling in and giving us that update. Tell the listeners again where they can find the magazine.
It's a digital magazine online. It's rejoicemagazine.net.
RejoiceMagazine.net. Temia is the publisher, the editor, the everything for Rejoice Magazine. I appreciate you calling me, Temia. Hopefully I can get me another little article in there, maybe in the next edition. But we'll talk to you later, Temia. I appreciate you calling in.
All right. Talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
So yes, that was Temia. Brinson is the last name. RejoiceMagazine.net. Find it online. Like I said, the first issue of the year is already out, and she was gracious enough to let a brother get a little article in there about gay marriage, and she says the next edition is just days away. She says so. RejoiceMagazine.net is how you can find her magazine and see what she has to say. So what do you think, fellas? What do you think about that proposal to train, anybody, I guess it's from the description that she gave, in a 2-week class, and then that person, it would be allowed to carry a gun to, quote unquote, help protect our kids in school. What do you think, bruh?
I don't know. Maybe I'm not that I'm so against. Oh, well, let me say this. It shouldn't be just blanket. Just take the 2-week class and you can carry the gun. Let's limit it to, there's some teachers out there that's ex-military. Maybe we can just limit it to those folks and maybe strategically place their classrooms in the school, or something to that nature. But we just don't need to give it just any teacher, because we all came up with some crazy teachers. And it's going to be some bodies dropped in that school, and it ain't going to be their assailants. So, maybe we just don't need everybody.
No, everybody don't need to have the ability to carry a gun.
Yeah.
You know what that sounds like to me? That sounds like based on, we talked about Blackwater before, the documentary about SeaWorld, and how
Blackfish.
At least the assumption or the suggestion in that film was at one point in time, as long as you had a great personality and smile, you could be a shambling trainer. That's kind of what that sounds like to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you got a nice person, take this 2-week class, and you too can carry a gun and protect our students at school. To me, I just don't see what the big deal is for, if the money isn't there to have law enforcement or pay law enforcement to carry weapons, at every school in the country or in the state or whatever the case may be, if that money isn't there to, for me and to support the kids, I don't see the big deal. And if you had to raise a cent here or a half a cent there in order to collect money to be able to fund that, I think you could get people behind that agenda if that's what you were trying to do. is protect our kids, and then put pay off-duty law enforcement officers or ex-military to do that, but not have a 2-week or 3-week or whatever training class for Mr. Johnson that teach shop.
I know. You don't want Mr. Johnson with no pistol at school. He be done converted it to a rocket launcher in that shop. Like, he don't never go to lunch.
He working.
You don't want none of them coaches to have it either.
Nah, you don't want them coaches.
Well, let's be real. Them coaches, they got theirs in the car anyway.
Hopefully not, brother. Hopefully. Hopefully, Coach Williams don't have no gun in the car.
Down from what I've heard, a lot of people from up north or the Midwest, they go to school here, and they didn't have police officers like we do. Have a dare officer, officer already on patrol at the school. Mm-hmm. A lot of schools in the Midwest, they came down here was just astonished that we had police officers at the school. Like,
some of them they just got security guards.
Some of them don't even have that. They just have some volunteers. They were just like, we'll get on a golf cart and just ride around the school, but. It's not a lot of police officers at other schools besides in Florida. We're just used to it here.
Right.
That's why I'm glad that we do. But
yeah, it's a good thing, and putting an extra one or whatever the case may be, I don't necessarily think that would be a bad thing either. But definitely not the 2-week training course.
Yeah, and see, to me that would be like you think of reasons or reasons not to and reasons to. Raise taxes. To me, that's a reason to raise a tax. Say, okay, we're going to do a 0.5 cent tax or even another full penny tax to fund the security in the schools. Now, we do it for every other reason. That's a good reason to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. But let's not do it too crazy, brother.
Yeah,
I don't agree with it. Don't raise my taxes.
No, I'm talking about just a penny sales tax, man.
Wow.
You can pay an extra penny for that double cheeseburger or whatever.
No, I'm already upset that the double cheeseburger it says 99 cents, but it's not 99 cents. You lied to me. That's false advertisement.
All right. We can leave that alone.
Thank you. 'Cause I got a couple of rants today.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Oh, boy. So that's definitely not a good look on that law. Hopefully people do rally enough that they don't slip that one in on us, because that does not sound like a good idea. That does not sound like a good idea. I see how to increase gun sales, which I'm sure that's why the NRA likes it, but yeah, that's not a good idea. 2-week training class and anybody can carry a gun at school. Come on.
So how long would it take the cops to get the guns? Don't it take them like 6-7 weeks? Like, come on, how the teachers get it in too?
They go through a training academy, so that's in order to get theirs, man. 407-894-1680 is the number. 407-894-1680 is the number. Real quick, man, a funny story I heard before we talk about these men and their lack, or at least the fear of commitment from time to time, we'll call it, when it comes to relationships. Did y'all hear this story? 407-894-1680 is the number. Family called 911 because their cat, yes, that's right, their cat was attacking them. So the family ran into a bedroom, the mom, the dad, the baby, and a dog.
And a dog.
And a dog.
Oh, see.
Ran into the bedroom, closed the door, and were on the phone with 911 because the cat was attacking them, and they needed the police to interfere to protect them from their cat.
Pause.
Yes.
Pause.
Pause.
Were they black?
No.
Oh, okay. We already knew that wasn't a black story. No offense. But I bet they won black, and I bet they won Haitian, and I bet they won Chinese.
When I heard that blew my mind. First of all, it's a cat. Apparently it was like a 22-pound, I think they said Himalayan cat. But apparently it started from the cat scratching. It was a baby, about 7 or 8 months, I believe. Scratched the baby. So obviously they took the baby and were protecting the baby. But then I guess after that, the cat lost his mind. I don't know. and then it started attacking the family to the point where they had to go close themselves up in a bedroom and then call 911. Can you believe that? But we got a caller here. Vlad, how you doing?
Doing all right, man. What's up?
What's your comment tonight?
Well, my comment is, man, well, most men they want to have options, but it takes a disciplined man to actually commit in a relationship. So I would say that discipline is a key to a man committing, and it's just that's what it takes. It takes a whole bunch of self-control, and it takes discipline, basically.
Discipline, huh? To be able to commit, and most men lack that discipline. Okay. All right.
Yep.
All right, then. I appreciate the call, Vlad, man. Well, yeah, thank you for listening to Real Family Talk, man.
All right. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so the story, the cat blew me away. No, sir. It was not a black family.
I already knew that.
But
knew they
yeah,
weren't
man.
Chinese. Knew they weren't Haitian.
That's crazy to me, man.
Hold on. Let me make a quick comment. First of all, the first thing we got to do is get rid of the dog. That's the first thing. Before we do anything else, the dog got to go.
Yeah, they did take the dog in the room, didn't they?
That's number one.
Yes, they did.
Number two, I'm going in that room. But when I come back out, the cat going the other way. Trust me. And it might be in pieces.
That's what it takes.
Well, see,
But the police would be called.
you can't harm the cat. You will go to jail.
Hey, you go lock me up. But ain't no cat finna
For
run
2
me
years?
around my house.
You want to get locked up for 2 years for
The
harming
cat
a
is
little
not running me
kitty
around my
cat?
house. Ain't
I'm
no
just
No cat is going to run me into
cat
a
ain't running me
bedroom,
around no house.
call the police to go get the cat. And even the man said on the phone he didn't want to have to come out the room to go answer the door when the police came. So the police were going to have to come in and probably fight the cat themselves so they could get the family out the room. Like, seriously.
But don't they have what's the dog? The people that come and get your cat out the tree and stuff like that?
I don't know. Apparently the cat, according to the guy was saying his cat goes crazy sometimes.
Oh, the cat is schizophrenic. Oh, okay.
And so and they went about to deal with it. But I just found that too funny, calling the police to save you and your family from a cat.
What's funny is to save you, the family, and the dog.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That's the funny
Dog
part.
gotta
So you want
go.
me? So the dog looking at you like, man, what you want me to do?
I know.
Yeah, man. Crazy story, man.
I tell you
heard
what,
about that the other day.
We would have had hot dogs and Chinese food that night.
Uh-oh.
I hear you, brother. I hear
Gravy.
you. To pick up though and get on our topic of the evening, men and the reasons why they don't commit. I'll tell you how I was talking with Jeremy there, and we were talking about what could we discuss in relation to men tonight, and what the first thing that came to his mind, he was thinking about the movie About Last Night, and one of the characters in there, that was one of his issues. He found it hard to commit to a relationship on some level. You know what I'm saying? If you've seen the movie, I don't want to tell you the whole movie, but we'll just say that's what the character had a problem with. And so piggybacking on that is kind of how we got here. And so as Vlad has already commented, and we thank Vlad for listening, discipline. A lot of the reasons why men don't commit is due to a lack of discipline. What do you think about that, Jeremy? You think is discipline a big key to it?
Discipline is a huge key. It's just like with anything. In order to control yourself or stop doing anything that is, I guess you say wild or loose. Yeah, it would definitely take discipline.
Okay, all right. What do you think, Mr. King? How you got? What you got to say on that topic?
Well, personally, from my experience of being a man all my life, I feel that most men were heartbroken at a young age, maybe 4, 5, 6, who knows. But, men get rejected often because we are the ones that approach the women. So, once a male finds that one that they really want and they either get her and they get their heart broken, or they don't get her and they get rejected, that is the start of when a man becomes the dog or the player or whatever society wants to call him. Women don't go through that stage until later on in life. But men, we start that stage at a young age because we see what we want and we go and get it. If we get it and it breaks our heart, then most men from then on out are dogs because, they're not going to tell you this, but when they was younger, they had their heart broken from somebody they really cared about. And then after then, they were just like, you know what, I'm not going to put my heart in that situation any longer. Or either they were rejected by somebody that they really wanted, and they was like, you know what, forget them women. I'm going to just be a dog and a player. And that's how most men start off. They start at a young age. It happens. And then from then on, they're just stuck on that.
All right. I see we got a caller. How you doing tonight, Tika?
Good. How are you?
We're doing all right. What's your comment tonight?
My opinion with guys following with the men, I feel like when guys have a lot of options, they like that freedom. They don't like to settling down with one person. So I just feel like guys like freedom. They don't like to commit, settle down, and then some guys, if they do decide to settle down with one person, I think a lot of them always feel like the one or someone better might come along the way. So because of that feeling, they fail to commit to that one person that could be the one.
Okay, so that perpetual, there's too many options to just be with one person. Or if you stay with that one person, you know, as you walk down the street, you're going to see the next one, and it's like, wow, will that one be better? Okay, all right, I appreciate that comment, Tika.
But Tika, what I'd like to know is why do you feel that options would matter, though? I mean, if we're all looking for that special one, right, Tika?
I think that all guys, they say, and a lot of guys, they feel that they are looking for that special one. But when they're in the situation, when they're in a certain age bracket and they do have those many options, they still will settle down. If they have this girl here, this girl there, they can call any girl at any time of the hour. They rather that. They just rather that freedom than to stay with that one person that you know you're just going to have to be with for the rest of your life.
All right. I appreciate that, Tika. Thank you for calling and listening to Real Family Talk. Appreciate it, Tika. 407-894-1680 is the number. 407-894-1680 is the number. Give us a call.
Okay.
And with your comments. Yes, Mr. King.
Okay, because I completely disagree. I just didn't want to say that then. I completely disagree because, you know, in a lot of people's mind, I think that they feel that that's what a man would think. But it's kind of like if you get the perfect woman and you're at a mature age, you're not going to let her go. It's not really about the options, in my opinion, because, you know, everybody wants somebody with a job, a car, and an apartment. And if you have those three, then, you know, it's really on you and the men that you're choosing. But a lot of women who these guys have as options, most men that have options, they're looking for that perfect woman. And it takes 5 women to make that one perfect woman. And that's really what it was. You have that one woman, she got a car and she got a job, but, you know, she stayed with her mama. So, you know, it's kind of like it takes 5 women to make that one perfect woman. So it kind of seems like options.
Let me talk to you right there, Mr. King. Well, see, now you're highlighting Tika's point, though. You're highlighting Tika's point because one of the things she talked about is, she said it also depends on your age, too, is one of the things that she said. So I think when you're talking about that younger man is typically not looking to commit because he does have those options. You know, he's out, he's partying or whatever the case may be. So as a result, he is obviously encountering a lot of different people. So yes, he's got a friend here, a friend there, and yeah, those several friends at that point, those options at that point do make his quote unquote perfect one.
That's not what I'm saying.
Or because he has those options, he doesn't want to commit to one.
That's not what I'm saying.
He's enjoying it or whatever the case may be. But you know, I think as you get older, then and you mature, to piggyback on something you said, then you settle down to look for maybe a certain criteria to find that one. But initially, I think a lot of men don't commit because I think options is a big deal because you don't want to be settled down to one when you're not sure really what you want. And I think that's a big part of it. If you to make a commitment, you got to first know what you want. And what you're looking for. And so if you haven't gotten to that point in your life, no matter how old you are, if you haven't gotten to that point where you know what you want, a commitment is going to be difficult to do because you're not sure about where you're at and what you need, let alone what somebody else is going to give you. 407-894-1680 is the number. 407-894-1680 is the number. Before you say, you got anything to add to that, Jeremy? On Tika's comment?
Hold on one second.
This is my thing. if you know what you want and you still don't find it and you still haven't found it, so you just supposed to be lonely, is what you and Tika are saying. Because the point that I'm making is, if you can't find that one woman yet who has all the criterias that you're looking for, then you're going to go with the one that got this one and the one that got that one and the one that got that one, until you find the one that has all of the criterias that all five have. Because we're all looking for that one soulmate, that one. But until we find that one, I'm not finna be lonely.
We got Dale on the line. How you doing tonight, Dale?
How you doing?
What's your comment tonight, sir?
I think that with all the comments that have been made, no, not with all of them, but with most of them, the focus has been on external factors. How many women are available, what we're looking for to meet the needs that we identify for relationship. But ultimately, I think that we have to look at the condition of every individual, which is a real factor.
Okay.
The factor of us all never being satisfied, the factor of us just inherently, there's good in the worst of us, and there's bad in the best of us. Not trying to be too spiritual about the situation, but
okay.
The reality is the condition of our hearts and our lives, our inward man.
Okay.
Making that commitment takes a power higher than ourselves, because we are imperfect individuals. We're seeking out that perfect mate, but we're seeking it from an imperfect mechanism, which is our heart. Our heart is imperfect, and so the dilemma becomes, how do we perfect our heart or move our heart towards perfection so that we can be the person we need to be when we do find someone.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I completely agree with you, Dale, because until you get Jesus in your heart, you really won't know, you won't have a whole heart. You really, I completely agree with you, Dale, 100%.
Who is that speaking?
That's Mr. King.
Mr. King, okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Dale, for giving us a call. 407-894-1680 is the number. 407-894-1680 is the number. So Dale's point, Dale says you need to get right within yourself or have a higher power, I think is what he was really suggesting. He didn't say it, and Mr. King piggybacked on it. But have that higher power, have that person in you that sort of settles your mind so that you can be available for that person that may be there for you. Didn't you get that, Mr. King? Is that what you got, right?
Yeah.
Am I misinterpreting that?
What he's saying is, if you don't got Jesus in your heart to have a pure heart, then your heart not going to be right whenever you find that soulmate, and you're going to mess it up yourself.
Exactly.
That's what's going to basically happen.
Yeah.
And that's why I say I completely 122% from experience understand what Brother Dale was talking about. I understand completely. Because, y'all brothers are married. So, y'all have some kind of skewed opinions about that. Me being, I guess, in y'all standards, since I'm not married, single male, I kind of can take this topic and kind of understand from a single male who has Jesus in his heart and still can't find that one woman that satisfies. They can cook, they can clean, they got a job. It takes a lot. And in 2014, some women be like, I don't want to cook. Some women be like, I don't want to do other things. So it's kind of like, hey, well, I mean, XYZ over here doing everything besides this, and then ABC doing everything else that XYZ not doing. So I don't want to be lonely. So am I just supposed to stay by myself until I find that one? According to y'all, no, yes, because I'm single, and that's what I was doing.
No.
But according to y'all.
I would say this. Until you find yourself and really know who you are, and I believe this, you don't really know what you want till you really know who you are. Because then you know what you can deal with, what you're willing to sacrifice, what you're willing to compromise on. You're not really going to know what you want, because a lot of times, we as men, a lot of times we get, we fall in love with the top cover. You understand what I'm saying? You fall in love with what you see. at first. Oh man, she look good. Oh, this, like sometimes like the young lady saying, sometimes you get caught up in the grass is greener.
Right.
But sometimes you don't know the root's bad though.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. Like Brother King was saying, sometimes maybe she can't cook. You know what I'm saying? Maybe her attitude raggedy. Maybe she just really just unbearable to live with. Right. Maybe she just unhappy. And which is a lot of times the root of the problem in the get go.
The woman? That's
true.
The
woman. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the woman is the problem.
Woman sometimes she's
the problem.
A lot of times, I don't have to agree with you. Sometimes the woman is the problem.
Oh, because no, he didn't do that.
Because the thing you got to realize is, a lot of times, I feel like we find ourselves a lot quicker.
Way quicker.
We find ourselves a lot quicker. Most of the time, if you go to college or even you ain't in college, by the time you're 25, you pretty much who you are. Outside of if you find Christ or that. But a lot of times, even once you find Christ, you're still that guy. You just curve some habits and you maybe your thinking's curved a little bit and you're more disciplined. Let's go back to what Vlad was saying. But you're still kind of that person who you are. A lot of times, I hate to say it, somebody women be 50 years old, still don't know who they are.
Well, see, I don't think it's that they don't know who they are,
know
but it's like they're so emotional that they live in the past. Mm-hmm. And this happened to me in the past, and I went through this, and they carry so much baggage, and they expect me as a man to put up with that because that's what a real man's supposed to do. Well, and I'm like, what?
407-894-1680 is the number. 407-894-1680
I got to go to Big Mama's house.
80 is the number. Give us a call. Let us know what you're thinking. Mr. King and Jeremy certainly are laying some gems down on us tonight.
Let's just say, just call in right now if you agree that women crazy.
Now, I know there's probably some women listening, and we'll see. Somebody's probably gonna call in to let y'all know that they're not crazy. So I'm sure that's only a matter of time, brother. But You talk about the experiences women have and then the things that they do, and sort of portray what's been in their past on that next guy. And, we got to be honest. I think a lot of men do the same thing. You talked initially about how men, we tend to get hurt sometimes due to the different rejections that we have to experience because it's expected of us to put ourselves out there as often as possible, especially when in that dating mode. And then a lot of times you will get rejected. So, that is definitely true. But we got Miriam on the phone. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine.
What's your comment tonight, Miriam?
I was just listening, and I'm saying it's no perfect person down here. And we just have to work with each other.
Okay.
If she's going to cook for you, then you're going to cook for her, too. Because you're together. When you get married, you are one.
What if she don't cook?
Well, then you teach her how to cook if you really love her.
But how am I gonna love her before if she don't cook? And see, that's the whole thing that I'm saying.
Are you just looking for someone to love who's gonna cook for you?
Well, I'm looking for the perfect woman.
It's no perfect woman down here, perfect man.
That's what we're looking for, though. Woman. We're all looking for that perfect woman, just like every woman is looking for that perfect man.
And that's where you're going wrong because there's no perfect being. None.
So,
none. I will listen to you tonight.
I appreciate you calling, Miriam. We thank you for your comment and appreciate you listening to Real Family Talk.
I hope she can cook. I'm coming to your house for Thanksgiving, Miriam, and because I know you can cook. You sound like you can cook.
She do sound like
she sound like she throw down in that kitchen.
She sounds like she's definitely had some experience in this department. But to piggyback on that, she's right. There is no perfect person. I mean, every woman doesn't know how to cook, especially these days and age because a lot of women are working, and so due to the fact that they work, they'll tell you I don't really want to come home after I've worked all day and cook, and a lot of times it takes experience and love and kindness to get to that point. It happens, and she's right. If your woman can't cook and you can, then to help her cook, sometimes you got to teach her how to season. Chicken, pork chops, whatever the case may be. You got to help them out sometimes because all of them don't know, and it is what it is, brother, because that's the age we live in because a lot of women, like I said, are also doing their thing.
Are you speaking from experience?
That's what I'm wondering, too.
I won't put nobody out there like that. But
I mean, I'm just telling you.
but I'm just saying.
He just hit on some key things.
But see, the thing about it is, now we're getting off topic because the topic is why men don't want to commit. And women not cooking is a reason, one of them, of why men don't want to commit. That's all I'm trying to say. We're not trying to say, we'll get you a different. I'm just trying to say why we won't commit. Because it's certain things that women feel like, oh, that ain't important. Because as a woman, I feel that if you don't know how to cook, you as a woman need to go teach yourself how to cook. It's too many cooking channels. You can go online. You can get a cookbook. It's multiple ways for you to learn yourself because you're going to eventually have kids. How to cook. I understand if you feel that now I don't know how to cook, but my man know how to cook, so he just do all the cooking. That's not the type of woman mentally that I want. I want the type of woman that's I don't know how to cook, but I want a man, so I'm going to go and learn how to cook because every woman knows the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. Everybody knows that. So if the woman can't cook, that's one of the reasons that men don't want to commit. That's a minor reason, though. We're not going to get on the fact that she crazy, brother Smith.
Uh-oh.
We won't get on the fact that most of them be crazy and their imaginations is just out the roof.
Out the roof.
But that it's so many reasons of why men don't want to commit. But the main reason is we look for the perfect woman. Just like women look for a perfect man, but then they end up, somebody else approached me. He had a nice personality, so I gave him my number. We just talking, and what happened. That's how women happen. With men, it's the same way. She was cute. I saw her. I got her number. Her personality wowed me, and it just happened from there. But until then, we're looking for that perfect woman that's going to wow us. And until we find that one perfect one, we're going to have multiple options that add together to be that one.
And to me this, like I said, what brought me to the top. Oh, we got Paulette on the phone. I'm sorry. How you doing, Paulette?
I am doing wonderful. God bless you.
God bless you, too. What's your comment tonight, Paulette?
My comment is I agree that a woman, if she cannot cook, she should teach herself to cook. Because I remember growing up in a house with 4 sisters. My mama never teach us to cook, but I learned to cook on my own, and now I'm one of the best cook you could ever find. And because of that, even my children want me cook for them. They're grown. My husband right now, he just sit down and wait for me to cook because, as you said, the food.
It's the way to your stomach.
That's right.
That's right, girl. I don't know why they don't want to learn that.
We have to. It's so good when you could cook. Instead of going out there and eating things that you don't even know how they fix it. Cook at home. Fix as your man a good meal. Fix your children a good meal.
And when I was living with my mom, and some days she didn't have time to come home and cook, but you know what she did? Before she went to work, she had something thawing out. She had something that she can kind of prepare so that when she got home, it was quick to cook.
That's right, and that's just my mother cooked every day for my father and for us. That was her job. My daddy worked, and she stay home. She take care of the meal, the house, and everything. And so we as women grow up to know that our duty is to cook. So I'm a newlywed, and my duty, I tell my husband, I take care of the house. I take care of your food, your clothes. I take care of the house when you come home from work. Everything must be in order so you have a warm and lively place to come in. Your dinner is warm. You're not going to eat cold food. You need a warm plate.
That's right.
Now you saying something.
That's
right
what
there.
I'm saying. Because that's how you keep.
Right.
She knows that's how you keep a man happy.
I see. That's why I love to hear.
That's what I'm talking about.
See, I love to hear old school people speak because see, you saying something like that. Nowadays, people like See, I ain't got time for all that. No, that's not what's important. See, what you are stating, ma'am, is what's important.
Yeah, and that's why they can't keep a man because they don't know how to keep a man.
That's right, and that is the thing.
You have to know how to keep a man.
And that is why men are choosing to be in multiple relationships because one of them can cook, but the other one got a good conversation, but the other one got a career. So you got to keep all 3 of them to keep that man happy. But if you get one woman that's cooking like you, he gonna be happy.
Oh yeah, and not just cooking alone. I make sure everything he needs, he get it at home. He don't have to look nowhere else for anything.
I'm catching the spirit. Stop.
Hey, man.
I thank you for calling in, Paulette. We appreciate that.
God bless.
God bless you.
God bless you too, Paulette. Paulette say if you know how to cook, that'll be a big key for this whole thing.
Everybody knows that. It's just the 2014 women saying, I got other things to be doing than to be cooking for some man. Why he can't cook for me? That's what they be saying. And it's like,
is that what they say, bro?
What?
But, you listen to Mr. King talk, I swear, boy, it almost sounds like that's a personal thing.
It's not a personal thing. I have never had any issue with none of my female friends or girlfriends cooking for me. I've never had that problem. Because I talk to them quick. Do you cook? Do you do hair? Do you have a car? Do you stay with your mama? If I get no's to 2 of those, I'm sorry about that. We can text. You can add me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. But as far as getting my phone number and talking to me and as further than that, nah, I can't do it. I just can't do it, Captain.
Can't do it.
Can't do it, huh?
I just can't do it, Captain.
Now he's English as well, brother.
I do voiceover classes on the weekend.
Sometimes you gotta be talk to some of these women.
I'm telling you have to go as crazy like them. Sometimes, man, you gotta lean to the side like he say. Now, I don't know, man. It's not the men. Men don't choose to be players. We choose. If we can just get one and go earn a living, that's what we would do. But it's not as easy to find that one. Most women feel that they are in the category to be in a relationship because that's what they want to see themselves as, but it's not really true. Same thing with men. But I know for a fact that a lot of men feel like, hey, I'm not in a position to be in a relationship yet. I want to get myself together. Some women say that also, but a lot of men say that. And women feel like, oh, that's just game. I don't care if you got no car yet. I still want you. But as a man, to feel like a man, he may feel like, I want to get my car, I want to get my job, and I want to get my place by myself, and then I will get into a relationship. It's not just that, oh, he want to be a player, because that's what most people think. Because you single, you may be attractive, and you're a single man, you got a lot going for yourself, you got potential, why are you not married type thing. But it's multiple reasons besides I just want to be a player.
I was reading some comments here on Facebook. 407-894-1680 is the number. 407-894-1680 is the number. One, they think cooking is not the big problem. That's number one. But number two, they say, she asked the question. She says, what about that the men who have somebody that's good but don't know what to do when they got it? What about those men? What's the problem with the man who has that, we'll say, but still can't commit?
That means she ain't as good as she thought she was.
Oh.
And that's the bottom. Like I said, a lot of women think they up here, but in reality, they're not.
Well, I see we got Cashel on the phone. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
That's awesome. What's your comment?
Well, my comment is about the whole cooking thing. I think it's true that women, we should cook for our men. But if it comes to the point where, we are working as well and we're coming in, do we really want to come and cook and slave over a stove? No, we're going to be tired. But that doesn't mean that we should deprive ourselves from cooking. Because I was forced to cook when I was 12. And since then, everybody loves my cooking.
So do you cook for your man?
If I had one, yeah, I would. I cook for myself. And my friends, if they want to.
See, and what I don't understand is, you're not on earth to work. But people put work before their relationship with a lot of things, before their relationship with God, before their relationship with a spouse. They put work before everything, and that's what society has set up a system for you to do. So now,
I'm not saying work should overpower a relationship or
but you said if you come
for your spouse, but come on.
You said if you were coming from work, you don't want to get off of work and slave.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go and cook for my man, cook for my man. Of course you're gonna want to cook for your man, but there's gonna be one of those days that you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired, I can't even do it.
But that's fine. I wouldn't necessarily expect it every day.
Not every day.
There's gonna be days when you're tired, and most men are understanding of that.
But don't cook one day out the week and think,
Oh,
well, I
no,
cook for
not
that
one
Saturday.
day. No.
And Sunday don't count.
And that's what I'm trying to say. Like, see, I understand the not cooking the one day. That one day, you was tired. No, I give you 2 because I go ahead and cook 2 days. It's cool. But the other 5, I understand.
The other 5 is understandable. I feel like it depends on the relationship. You could go 50-50, 75-25, 85-15, depending on who you with.
I feel that each relationship, you should know your role. Every relationship, you should know your role. My role is, okay, I pick up the kids, I come home, I cook, I do the clothes, I do the laundry. His role is, okay, he get the bills together, he does this, and that's how we become a team. When everybody knows their role and they do their role, we become a team. You know what I'm saying? What was your name again?
Cashel,
yes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we thank you.
That kind of sounds sexist, but okay. You can keep it like that. I mean,
what sounded sexist? I'm sorry.
What sounded sexist is that, okay, a woman is supposed to go trick at the kids, give birth to the kids, cook for the kids, cook for the husband, clean the house. Understandable, yes, that's a place that we should be. I cook, I clean, I do this and that and the third. But don't think that we're not as strong as you guys are and think we can't work and do this, because you can work and you guys could do half of what we do too. You could go pick up the kids while I cook and clean after work.
Right. But
share responsibility.
That's the team, though. Like I said, you know your role. I would just, if that's the role that he's the stay-at-home dad, I would love to be a stay-at-home dad, okay? Wow. But, just know if that's his role, he gets off of work, he picks up the kids, and then he comes home and he folds the clothes, and then she cooks or whatever. You just have to know your role so that you can be a great team,
All right, we thank you for calling, Cashel. Keep listening to Real Family Talk. So that was Cashel's comment. We appreciate that. 407-894-1680 is the number. 407-894-1680 is the number. As we kind of round up and close out the show here, I think the biggest thing, as far as the man is concerned and his commitment, I think, again, they have to, or the man needs to first feel comfortable within himself. Because I think any man that's confident about himself, confident about what he wants, can certainly have that ability to commit. Because to me, that's the first step to it, is you got to know where you are, what you want, and then that can open you up to finding out about somebody else and figuring out what it is that you can compromise on. Robin, how you doing tonight? What's your comment?
My comment is, ladies, if you really just want to cook, get a crock pot. Put it on the night before, and the dinner is ready when you get home. You don't have to worry about that.
Amen.
All righty, amen. Thank you.
You said something right there.
We appreciate it, Robin. Thank you for your comment. Crockpot is your friend, man. I love crockpots, man.
Not the microwave. The microwave is not your friend, please. Neither is McDonald's.
It is tasty for lunch, though. I give you that.
What, McDonald's or the microwave?
McDonald's.
No.
The microwave is never a good thing unless it's some popcorn.
No, because they try to put broccoli in the microwave and act like, well, it's green, so it's nutrition. No. Once you put it in the microwave, all the nutrition is taken out of it. It's more than just cooking to keep a man committed, though, ladies. It's cooking, personality, closing mouths, and listening. I love to listen, but a lot of people don't like to listen.
We got one more caller. How you doing, Tasha? What's your comment tonight?
Hi. Well, I am just calling in because I was listening to your program and wondering, why is it that I'm still single? I'm an RN. I own my own home. I love to cook. I love to take care of the home. I don't know. There's something wrong because every guy I'm meeting in Orlando seems to be failing.
Well, see, we're going to have that segment on another show. I'm not for sure why you are single, but we will be having your segment pretty soon.
I've spoken. We usually have some ladies that join us, and they've actually sort of complained about that same thing, is that the men in Orlando have a issue with committing to women. But I appreciate you calling. We're actually about to go off the air here in less than a minute, so please tune in next week, and we will definitely bring that topic up and figure out what is the problem.
And you can go on our like page, and you can also leave a comment.
So thank you for calling in tonight with your comments, though.
All right, have a good night. Be blessed, all.
Be blessed. We are closing out. We want to thank you guys for listening to Real Family Talk. For those that are just new tuning in, we've actually been here 2.5 years. We'll be here every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. This is WOKB 1680, your urban empowerment station. You can follow us on Facebook, Real Family Talk. You can follow us on Twitter, Real Family Talk. The website, realfamilytalk.weebly.com.
WOKB, Winter Garden, Orlando.